My name is Christy Myatt, and I'm a member of the Farm Credit team here at Nexsen Pruet. In this video, I will talk about ROFA and when it applies. ROFA is the right of first refusal. It is the right of a previous owner of the property to be offered the first opportunity to lease or purchase the agricultural real estate that a Farm Credit Association acquires through foreclosure, bankruptcy, or voluntary conveyance, such as a deed in lieu or surrender agreement. ROFA applies only to agricultural loans. It does not apply to real property sold by the association at public auction, if the property was acquired by the association as the result of a deficiency judgment, or to personal property such as equipment. Under ROFA, notice is given only to the previous record owner of the property, regardless of whether the property owner is the borrower or not. The ROFA notice should be sent after the association acquires title to the property. The ROFA notice must be provided to the previous owner by certified mail within 15 days after the association decides to sell the property. This may be later than the date that the association acquires title to the property. If there is more than one previous record owner, then the ROFA notice must be sent to all previous record owners. The terms of the sale or lease set forth in the initial ROFA notice cannot be overly burdensome, diminish a previous owner's ROFA, or be substantially different from those that would be applied to all potential purchasers. The ROFA notice must state that the previous owner has a right to buy the property at the appraised fair market value, or state that the previous owner has the right to buy the property at a price less than the appraised value. There is no requirement that an association finance the purchase or lease of the property. The deadline for responding to a ROFA notice is 30 days for a sale of the property and 15 days for a lease of the property. If the association receives an offer from the previous record owner that is less than the appraised value, the association can accept or reject the offer, but must do so within 15 days after receipt of the offer. If the association rejects the offer, the association cannot later sell the property for below appraised market value or under different terms and conditions without first giving the previous owner another opportunity to acquire the property. What happens if the previous owner does not respond to the initial ROFA notice? If no response is timely received, an association is not required to give a second ROFA notice if it later sells or leases the property to a third party for or below the appraised market value or on different terms and conditions. Now, can property be listed for sale or lease after the ROFA notice is given, but before the deadline has expired? Yes, but the terms and conditions of any such sale or lease are subject to the time frames and requirements of the ROFA notice. Now, can an association negotiate or enter into an agreement with a third party to buy or lease the property prior to the expiration of the ROFA deadlines? No. So it is important to know when ROFA applies and how to apply ROFA in the farm credit arena. If you have any questions or need more information about ROFA, please feel free to call on me or any of the other members of the farm credit team here at Nexsen Pruet. Thank you.